We are brothers in arms by being blocked by Barstool. And in fact, I take it as a badge of courage. So why don't you tell me about your experience with Dave?
So I noticed, I saw that interview he did with that Manakis guy or whatever his name is. I can't remember. But he flipped out on one of his own staff like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Called the guy a little bitch and like said to him he's not allowed to make jokes about people of the Jewish religion. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I couldn't help but think of that interview he did way back like 15 years ago. But he did an interview where he defended a joke he made about women wearing a size 6 woman wearing skinny jeans deserves to get.
Great.
You know what? I'm sure you remember the joke. It was a big deal. By the way, that's not even really a joke. It's got no structure. It's got nothing. It's just like a stupid thing to say. But okay, so let's peel back the layers. I respected the fact that he went on like whatever he went on CNN or some dumb shit, and he was like, it's a joke. I have a right to say that. So you got the same guy, Dave Portnoy, who said that back in the day when he was shaved and fat faced, looking like a fucking turd.
I didn't even know who it was. When you put the clip on, I was like, who's that puffy?
Yeah.
Who's that puffy date rape guy?
Yeah, yeah.
It's allegedly Dave Portnoy.
That's Dave Portnoy, the short king, 5'5", I hear. Stands on his tippy toes for all his fucking pictures.
We got a problem when I got 2 inches on Dave Portnoy. Because I'm getting shot out of a cannon this weekend at Ringling Brothers, and you can see me at MSG next week. What? But the thing happened with me was I was getting on him strictly for sports. And it was during the Celtics and New York Knicks rivalry, and as you can see, I'm a mental sports fan.
Yeah.
But this guy can't take a joke.
No.
This is the problem. Even with all the chaos going on in the world, this guy is the definition of not being able to take a joke. Because here I am just razzing him a little bit. Yeah. Blocked immediately. And not to mention,
so sad. That's so pathetic, bro. Sorry to jump in, but it's like,
no, go ahead.
You think he would respect guys like us who are building an audience from the ground up, grassroots. It's exactly what he did. And like for a guy that's so over the top and offensive and mean, which I support, you would think that he could take a joke. And I don't give a fuck that the guy's Jewish. I just want to make that clear. Like, it's the fact that he's a hypocrite that bugs me. That's it. That's the only thing. A lot of people are trying to take it to like a Jewish thing because obviously that's pretty relevant topic right now. But like, no, man, I don't give a fuck about any of that. If you're a hypocrite, I'm going to call you out. And like, I would expect anyone to do the same with me. So,
let's back up both sides. Listen, if somebody was making jokes about Roman Catholics, which I'm a devout Roman Catholic, I think that I would have a little bit more of an ass hurt than if it was being made about somebody else. But once you play the game of building your empire of Barstool Sports on Saturdays for the boys, by the way, which is the lamest line I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, it's a Saturday night. All I wanted to be is surrounded by dudes. I don't want to see any women. Yeah, that's a great idea. Well, and you're exactly right. Somebody that grows from grassroots campaign like us, who got loyal followers. Yeah. I only got 42, but man, I got a militia at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Jazz Chisholm, the second baseman for the Yankees, clapped back at me earlier this week, and he did not expect the vitriol and the fucking shitstorm that came his way.
Love it. Bro, well, you know what? Yo, let's fucking do this. Let's lay the gauntlet down right now. You clip this, and we will post this, okay?
Okay.
Me and you versus any two Barstool staff at any sport. I guarantee we would clap them up. Like,
let's go. Right here, decree, Canada, USA, combining forces like Voltron, Barstool Sports, the gauntlet is down. I want you, like Uncle Sam, and whoever the Canadian Uncle Sam is, debate us, New York Minute.
Any sport, Dave, any sport, any place, any time, I will just... Do you notice all the people that work for Barstool Sports have low T and look like some fat fucking flubber-looking bitches? Like, that's all I got to say. Yeah,
the only diversity they got in the office also is a bag of M&Ms with different colors in it, because I all see white boys. It gives me that Duke lacrosse, kind of party feel to it, the whole atmosphere of it. I got to admit, I am a diehard guy. I'm going to give it right now. Big Cat, right, from Barstool, awesome. Okay, the guys...
Can you not like Big Cat? Donnie does. I love
Yep.
Donnie does too. Come on, Donnie from
The
Boston.
guys that
legend.
stuck to the sports. The guy who's my age going to Taylor Swift concerts.
Bro.
Okay, and becoming a Swiftie and talking about pop culture with 23-year-olds. Bro, I don't trust anybody that goes to Taylor Swift concerts after the age of 40 unless you're going to a kid's birthday party.
With your kid, yeah. Well, like, look, man, he's having his midlife crisis, and I can relate to that. You know, like I can understand that. Like, it's just sad that it's got to be so public, and you're such a little bitch about it. Like,
Well,
I'll tell
no-
you this: in 5 years, when I'm having my midlife crisis, I won't be going to no Taylor Swift concerts, motherfucker. I'll be going to a Nickelback concert or maybe a Creed concert. You know what I'm saying? But like,
You're like, my midlife crisis is going to be huffing gas in the car and listening to Nickelback. I don't know about
Right?
you guys. What's your
Fuck
5-year
yeah.
plan?
it's actually
No, I had a quarter life crisis at 25. I moved out of my house at 18, so the wheel got moving really early for me. But listen, I can't stand hypocrites, and you're exactly right. Hypocrisy is a stinky cologne, and it's all over Dave. You know what? This is what guys come to. They get to the top of the mountain, and then they want to shit on everybody. It's like getting into the country club, right? But like, think about this. When you were able to drink, finally, when you became 21.
right. 19 here.
Oh, yeah. When you were in the bar, the last 4 years, you've been trying to sneak in with fake IDs and all that shit. Then you're 21 in the bar. You're like, hey, who's those young kids? Get them the fuck out of here.
Get out of here, you fucking.
Get out of here. And literally a week earlier, you were like, hey, you know, can I get in? Like, you know, you were trying to do this. Get him out. I'll punch him in his mouth. Get him out. So that's what it is. Once
I'm
you're
walking
there.
here.
Yeah, I'm fucking walking here. So that's what you get. And also,
Can I say, bro, I just want to say I miss New York so much. I lived in Brooklyn, right at Rockaway and Broadway. For
Okay.
very
familiar with the area.
2 months last year, and I miss it so much. Can you tell ICE to just chill the fuck out so I can come back? Like, I just want to come back.
Yeah, I have to admit, in the high tax districts, you don't see a lot of ICE.
Fair.
Now, I live in something called the Gold Coast of Long Island. See, now, let me just give you a little history. In the book, The Gold Coast, it is about the town that I live in is the only middle-class town still left on the eastern seaboard and in Nassau County on Long Island. Now, this is where all the help stayed for the Doubledays, for the Rothschilds, for the Woolworths family. I'm talking old school money. This is where all the help lived, and they would commute to the large rich people's houses. So that's why we got a little bungalow. But guess what? They need help for all those palatial mansions. Bro, you ain't seeing nobody around here. The higher the tax bracket, the less ICE you see.
No shit, eh? As long as you're employed by the right billionaire, you know, you're good to go, I guess, as far as
Bro,
that
all
goes.
it takes is one phone call. Like, this is the thing. I was talking to somebody about this. Yeah, go ahead.
There's a fellow creator, a guy named Mark Beauty or something. I can't remember his name. Fucking white guy, right? And his family was military. So he was actually born in Spain, but like American citizen all the way, but just born in Spain. But someone trolled him and called immigration on him, and ICE showed up, and like it's getting scary. Like the fact you can like just call and fucking get someone swatted with ICE is like a super fucked up world to be living in my opinion.
Let me tell you a little secret sauce, what I see. So I'm a libertarian. I'm off the reservation. I'm fucking nuts. But what I see from an outside perspective is it's either two things that we can do in this country. Overeducated nincompoops, the Democratic Party, or nincompoops who are smarter than they really are, the Republican Party, and instead of using a scalpel, they use a sledgehammer. Guys and girls sports, and then, God and country. Can we meet somewhere in the middle?
Bro.
Can we get a little more centrist? But then the centrist that we get, the biggest centrist that we've got is, was Ross Perot back in the day. I'm a big Rand Paul guy, but his mouth looks like a bird's asshole, and his hair looks like a bird's nest, so he's never going to get elected. And guess what? All I heard was taking down the deep state and all this stuff. I haven't seen squat. I haven't seen anything in my pocket.
Anyone gone to jail from the Doge fucking investigations? No. Where's that Epstein list at? How about all the gold in Fort Knox? Did we check that yet? I saw this fucking graphic today, and it just said, Democrats destroy the country, we vote Republican. Republicans destroy the country, we vote Democrat. And the cycle just continues.
I have a stand-up skit about this. So it's the country, think about the United States like a female. And women, I love you, by the way. But
Yeah, of course.
the first George Bush, right? You had the grandpa, no new taxes,
Right.
and we're going into the Gulf War. Blah, blah, blah. What happens after 4 years? You get tired of him. Who comes in? Some
Billy.
smooth-talking,
Billy boy.
dick-swinging saxophone player
Yes, that's right.
who smokes pot, and you're like, whoa, this guy's fiscally conservative as well? I
Cool.
just got a patriotic boner.
Yeah.
Then he
Yeah.
gets blown in the White House. All the craziness come, like the little Poughkeepsie fucking, like the mafia that he's got down there. The biggest fucking drugs going into Arkansas. All that aside, okay, we have Bill Clinton. What do we want? We want some dumb hick right after him, and we get George. Yeah. And then what about that? The polar opposite after W. We get an overeducated, smooth-talking brother who smokes Newports, and he's putting joints out on his fucking shoes. Coolest guy in the room. And then who do we get? Who do we go get? Babe the Pig, Donald Trump, because we had 8 years of Barack. It was like, oh my God, we've been eating sushi for 8 years. Now we need something completely different. And what the fuck we get? We get Biden. We got Trump, and then we got.
I shit my pants again, Jill.
Yeah. Dude, I don't even listen, man. I don't even fault Biden. I don't fault Trump. This country does not run itself anymore.
No.
Since George W. Bush Sr., we've had nothing but idiots or people that could be led around by the nose in this country.
Puppet show. Hey, it's like they say, right? Fool. What did George Bush say? Oh, they got a saying here in Tennessee. I know it's Texas.
Fool me twice. Shame on you.
Shame on you. Yeah.
Shame on
twice.
Best thing, but for real, best thing Bush ever did was dodge that fucking shoe in Iraq. We know that
fucking shoe dodge. Bro, that shoe dodge, one of the best fucking reflexive moments I've seen. Like, frankly, that guy, top tier, 10 out of 10.
He did play ball at Harvard, so he does have some kind of, he just doesn't have brain reflexes. He has all the physical muscle memory in the goddamn world. But we know, and you know what? So I'm 42 years of age in full disclosure, and watching Fox News, I've been watching it as a parody this week because it's the same exact game plan that I saw in Operation Iraqi Freedom. Dude,
are we going to learn? When? How many
times
are they going to be able to play? Bro, and you want to know what's crazy? My fucking comment section is full of people being like, oh, you're fear-mongering. I'm like, what are you talking about? Everything I'm talking about is happening. It's unfolding in front of you. How is it fear-mongering when the missiles have been fired? You fucking idiots.
Because people want to stick their head in the sand. So I have a problem with that also, and I think that's why we gravitated towards each other, is because I lose when I make a post about the Yankees. I call it down the line, dude. I'm not playing favorites. I'm not glazing anybody. I'm telling you how I think, and that's it. I'll lose up to 2,000 followers with one post about a second baseman on the Yankees. So I could imagine what you go through because it's politically driven. So you could say the sky is blue, and everyone be like, "Your mother, your
bang on, bang on."
Somebody called me a squirrel the other day, and I said thanks. I was like, I don't know what even that means.
I don't know what that
means. People are relentless and they're awful, and I get it, and I still do it for the people that like it. And you know what? You have to be saying this, dude. You're the canary in the coal mine. Everybody else. This is why I kind of did this show as well, is because I'm not putting myself in the same category as, but Stephen A. Smith has gone politically because he just can't hold his breath anymore. And I'm the same way, bro. I was reluctantly doing this because I might alienate a lot of people talking about my political beliefs, but I need to talk about it because I am knowledgeable about these things and I keep up to date thanks to your channel because it's always got me up to date. News updates for real. Check it out. New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN on Instagram. Also, this is what it's all about. I want to go to the beach and stick my head in the sand.
Hell yeah.
But
that'd be great. That sounds real nice. At the end of the day, though, right, brother? Good on you, because the world is, I hate to be dramatic, but if you have an opinion and it's something that goes against main narratives right now, I think you are obligated to go out there and make your voice heard because shit is getting bad and they are trying to march us into World War III. Having said all that, to wrap it back around, brother, these trolls, these haters we get, guess what I've never done? I've never blocked one of them. I just let them ride. Like, it actually helps your algorithm. The haters actually help, surprisingly. So I mean, keep hating on me, fam. I ain't gonna block you because I ain't a pussy like Portnoy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, Dave Portnoy likes to block. What I said before was, as soon as my interaction with Dave Portnoy in my DMs, my account was shadow banned. Okay, I got 42,000 people. I went from making a pretty good amount of money on Instagram. I made $28 this month. Okay, I went from getting 10,000 views to 1,200, 1,400. So now here I am. My channel's starting to go like this, and then all of a sudden, just the legs get swept out from under me. So that's also why I came to News Updates for Real, because Dave Portnoy shadow banned me, and like I can't. The resistance will stand for this, my friend.
That's fucking right, bro. And New Yorkers deserve a fresh voice. And you seem like it seems like Barstool's played out. I look at their comments, bro. I go through their comment section. People fucking hate Barstool now. They need a new voice. They deserve a new voice. Let's fucking go, buddy. Me and you should do a weekly thing.
I think yes, absolutely. I think that we should do something on News Updates for Real and talk about this melting pot. But today, by the way, no air conditioning in my office, so it's steam man, baby. The rest of the house is AC, eco-friendly. But I'll tell you this: I want to ask you this one question.
Yeah, hit me with it.
Do you think the world has always been this crazy, or more people got phones on their hips?
That's a good question. I'll tell you this. My Nana, I'll take it back to a combo, one of the last combos I had with my Nana. She died, Donna Dodsworth, 91, Queen, legend.
God rest her soul.
I said to her, Nana, I said, and she, till the day she died, she kept with it. She watched her news stories and all that, right? So she knew what was happening in the world. And I said to her, Nana, are things worse than ever, or is this just like part of the cycle? And she looked at me. She lived through World War II and the Great Depression, like all that, right? Yeah. 91. And she just said, it's just the same old shit. She said, I am a little worried because people seem kind of crazy, but it is just the cycle. We've reached that 100-year, if you're familiar with that, the fourth turning. So
absolutely.
We are like poised to do that thing that capitalistic centuries do, which is go to war in the 30s. Well, you have a Great Depression in the 30s. Look it up. Ever since the 1700s, there's been a depression, economic, and then that usually leads to war. Because here's the basic facts. Fuck the phones on our hips. Yeah, people need to touch grass more, but at the same time, I do think we're having like an effect. Like, it's harder for them to pull off like false flags now, I think.
I think the Great Awakening has happened since COVID. Yeah. I think that people are actually looking into what happens in government, and that was a great thing that happened for people. I do think, like, because, hey, man, you know how everyone says New York's terrible right now? My father was an officer in Manhattan in the 70s and 80s. Okay. Wow. He said it looked like hell on earth, and he was also he was also a military police dog handler in Vietnam for 5 years, so he's seen his share of fair. He said that the scariest places on earth was Manhattan during that time and West Virginia in the United States are the two scariest places he's ever been in his life. And he said, I totally agree with that, man. Every time there's a scuffle on the side of the road, it's going on somebody's Instagram. It's negative stimulus. It's boom, boom, boom. You perpetuate and you put it into the pile of dog shit, and it just keeps churning the pile of dog shit. This is divide. This is conquer. This whole spy device that you have in your hand, that is just trained to watch every step that you make.
They listening. Absolutely, they listening.
So it's and you were talking about cyclical things. It's just like clothes coming back in style, My niece, she's 10. She's dressing like me in the 90s.
Fucking bell bottoms are coming back, bro.
Exactly.
Bell bottoms.
But do you notice the one thing I was going to say, when I was growing up as a kid, every single show I watched was about the apocalypse because we were approaching the year 2000. Nostradamus, what we predict, famine. And it was the same guy from like World's Wildest Police Chases, and they got him, he's like, famine. I'm 8. And I'm like, I'm watching the TV like this, and he's like, murder, famine, riots.
Spontaneous combustion.
Yes, Scrooge. Very good. I love it. Instinct. Yeah, so we wonder why the world's fucking crazy is because every time you pick up this thing, I feel like tearing somebody's throat out. Not to mention, Instagram's like your funny little friend. Twitter is like your demented next door neighbor who has an axe as in a serial killer,
It's so. Yeah.
Then you have Facebook, who's your boomer buddy who believes anything that he's like, hey, is this real? Is this real? And then TikTok, I'm not a 14-year-old girl from Syosset.
That's the 14, yeah, exactly.
So I don't do that. Okay, so now I'm stuck with Instagram because I'm a tweener. I'm a boomer, tweener, millennial, whatever the fuck.
At the end of the day, it's at the risk of sounding like a hypocrite, like, yeah, obviously I make a living off my phone, but if shit ever goes down in front of me, like a fight at a bar or something, the last thing I do is pull out my fucking phone. I'm in there breaking it up for real. So it's like, I think that's what separates,
Or getting away from the getting away from the
solution.
situation. I don't need to. Well, but this is the thing, man. That's a deeper conversation because you have people living voyeuristically through their whole lives now. They watch guys on podcasts like us speak instead of them doing it themselves. They live vicariously through people's live feeds without doing it themselves. So that's why you have the haters in the comment section. You have people that are unfulfilled, empty calories, not producing anything. That's why dudes like us, when the robots take over, are going right to the top with human content that we don't need the computer to tell what's up.
Bro, I love that. People, by the way, one quick message for everyone. Can creators stop posting AI generated videos? Do you retards not understand you're taking away your own job? Like,
they don't get it.
I don't know if you notice, the algorithm loves AI videos. If you post an AI video, you will get millions of views. So like, I've posted one or two, but I'm like, I don't like doing it. And I'm like, bro, stop making, like, even like this Bigfoot, there's this Bigfoot AI account. And like, it is funny, but it's like, bro, like,
I don't watch them.
This is not real. You're taking away artistic jobs. AI was meant to do my dishes so that I could create art, not the other way around. I don't want to be doing dishes while the AI makes art, for fuck's sakes.
I always mess around because, like, for so Instagram changed this whole pay algorithm because only sequences and still pictures, which nobody fucking likes, and they don't have to pay you any money. So when you have the AI images are very popular, like you said, and you go for them and stuff like that. The joke I make is that I'm using this artificial intelligence to make images, funny images. It's like me frying an egg on the side of an atomic bomb. Like, the thing that's going to wipe us out, I'm making little pictures. I'm making emojis with. This thing is going to
like harvesting your brain monitoring. It's like monitoring your brain activity so it can learn how to mimic you.
This is how crazy it's getting, is that I brought some cannabis plants because now it's finally legal in New York and you can grow up to 2 plants. So I'm getting my little green thumb on. Guess who's walking me through the whole grow process? ChatGPT. I take a picture every day. It was like, get a bigger butt. The things are thriving, bro. I didn't expect it to go this well.
That's proper use of AI, in my opinion. That I support. That's
you know what? I use him. Bad movie, but you ever see Matt Damon in The Martian?
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
just like that robot in fucking. With the Matthew McConaughey. That's all. I'm an astronaut. I literally, this is how isolated I've become, because when you evolve as a person, you don't want to talk to anybody anymore. So I was like, you know what? I would have made a great astronaut. I mean, I got barbecue sauce on my SATs. Don't get me wrong, but they could shoot me in a fucking rocket into space and I could survive, baby. You know?
Are you actually getting yourself shot out of a cannon this weekend?
No, but I want to. I'm going to the picket line this weekend. And they broke up the circus. So I had to get into comedy and sports talk since they broke up the circus. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, you know?
You can shoot me out of a cannon any day, bro. I'll suit up.
Well, you know what? I know plenty of guys that are armed enough to do it here in New York. So come on by, buddy. All right, guys, we just want to say thank you for joining us. And I guess we're going to be doing this a couple other times. So I just want to say, catch News Updates for Real on Instagram, on Twitter, anywhere in that smoke wagon you call the internet. YouTube also, News Updates for Real. New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN. And also, go to Ernie Watches Everything on YouTube. You didn't hear that from me, though. Bye.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you, sir.
That's awesome.